I'll call the meeting of the January 22nd, 2020 Planning Board to order. And we'll go around the table and starting with Joe on my left and have everybody introduce, please.
Joe Clough. Gary Anderson.
Susan Mooney.
Edward Veal.
Robert Davies, alternate.
Leanne Gast, alternate.
Ian McKinnon, alternate.
And for the record, Mr. Davies will be seated and voting for Mr. Grotenice tonight, if we'll have at least one vote. And Ms. Gass will be seated and voting for Ms. Bascom tonight. And Ian will be participating fully as a non-voting alternate. So we have a very light agenda tonight. We're going to take it in reverse order.
Shouldn't you seat Ian too? That full board.
I can't seat the select.
Ah, you're right.
That's what I almost did. We have a very short agenda for tonight. We have no minutes to approve. We have no public at the moment for public comment. So I'll just go around the board and let anybody provide staff board updates if they're aware of any.
No updates. I know Steph had sent out something about the last regional planning board meeting, which in a nutshell went over some of the recent Senate bills and well, without getting into a lot of detail, the ones that really caught my ear or caught my attention would be one that's has to do with housing, and it will, I think, something that we as a board probably want to look at. I did expect Steph to bring that up tonight, but
we gave for the night off.
We can do that.
Because of the light agenda, we told us beer.
The other one that caught my ear has to do with ADUs and the state looking at detached ADUs. So those are two. The housing's kind of broad, and also the other ones were things such as having to do with registrations, increasing registration costs, and also one that was something to do with registration costs, but more around the economy of your vehicle and what that looks like and what we might pay for registrations. Believe it or not, because we have economic vehicles, we might actually pay more in our registrations.
So like as in like Uber and things like that, or
no, personal registrations.
It's because the gasoline tax
right
revenues are down.
Right.
Fuel economy's up, gasoline tax is down.
Yeah. So it's to make up
Yep.
for that.
Do you have the bill numbers?
I do have
I could get
all
them
of
from you after,
Yes,
too.
okay, yeah, I'll give them to you. That's it.
I really don't have anything new. So-
I know Steph, our SRPC rep, had sent out an email this afternoon about a House bill that's in this legislative session for, and had a bunch of changes for the planning board, but in zoning boards. But one of the changes would be for newly elected members. That's proposed is required education or training, because right now it's shall or encouraged, but not required. So I think they're looking to possibly switch that to required. And then, but there's some other language in that same section that we'll have to keep an eye on as it progresses, if it progresses. I saw something in there about workforce housing. I'm sorry, age-restricted housing. Basically, if you're incentivizing that in your zoning at all, that you basically have to apply that same incentivization to the rest of the zoning. So if you're allowing more density, you have to allow it for any other type. And then, so we'd have to look at that probably. I saw that maybe affecting our impact fees, because right now that's a possible waiver. But again, these are early on, and bills can stall out or or change quite a bit in the process. And there was another section in there too that was would be interesting for the planning board, but that's part of what SRPC does, is they'll keep an eye on that and alert us if it seems like it might affect us.
In fact, if it may, I just turned to my page that had highlights since we have a little time. A couple of things that I highlighted in the housing bill. See the word incentives for housing a lot. So that's one of the one of the things I think the House is looking at. And also workforce housing, requirement for development fees, mandatory decision timelines for boards, and also business profit tax incentives, that other word, incentive. So incentives to see housing, from what I'm seeing, I saw here, a lot of it is for workforce, but not strictly, but housing in general to increase is what it looks like.
Trying to think. I don't see anything else I don't have anything else. I think we have one more meeting after this before we get the town election, and then it would be after that. I could be wrong. We might have two.
Or maybe even 3.
We have a couple more to finish up some stuff.
Can't be 3, it can only be 2.
The 12th, and then the 26th, but the 26th would be, I'm sorry, we have 2 regular meetings, I'm thinking March.
Okay.
The 12th and the 26th in February. And then in March, we do not have one on the 11th, but we have one on the 18th, which will be for internal business only, no public hearings. Then the 25th will be
Our
for
regular-
public hearings.
Yeah, a required one. That's all I have.
So, I have a question. Wasn't it the school board that asked for the meetings, the joint meeting tonight?
That was my understanding, yes. So I don't know if
They
they're
wanted to talk about using the, what do you call it?
impact fees.
Impact fees.
That was my understanding for tonight. So, Mr. Davies brings up a good point. So the original intent of tonight's meeting, it's a regularly scheduled meeting, but was to meet with the school board at their request to discuss some future school plans and how impact fees may be related to that. We are the board that implements or assesses impact fees, and the school board obviously that has ways to utilize those, and their plans hinge on what we do for determining those rates as well. So not certain where the communication was left off, but apparently there's a miscommunication somewhere. So we have time.
We don't have contact information at our disposal.
Correct. I don't have any, and our normal secretary not able to be here tonight. So, yeah. So I apologize to everybody. Giving them a little bit of time to see if possibly if maybe they showed up at the school and are on their way over, but we'll give it a few more minutes and wrap it up.
Yeah, there's hopping,
Yeah.
a black car there.
People almost on the road.
I don't have anything.
I did see someone on Facebook inquiring about a cemetery. I don't know, you seem to have a pretty good background
Yeah.
on this. Did you see that by any
Yeah.
chance? Okay. I was gonna connect them to you, but I figured you might see it anyway. Well, that's it. So,
We
anybody-
we could sign
Go there.
documents
We
and
have-
keep the meeting open. That would give them,
that is a great suggestion. We do have some plans to sign, so we'll do that, and we'll keep the meeting open as Ms. Mooney suggests, and we'll go from there.
okay.
So the plans we have to sign are the Kane Garish subdivision. I reviewed the conditions that we had notated on the approval, and they appear all been met.
Thanks, Gary.
Two sets of plans? Oh, that's the Mylars. You got, well,
Very nice. I didn't see that. Step right up.
No, this is the one on Garrett's Drive, the backlot subdivision, with a lot of records, so he was allowed to do a backlot subdivision. There are no structures. King? King, yeah, King.
Yeah, but flip through and show. It's worse and worse as we go.
yeah, don't mess this up.
Exciting, huh?
No wrong to her.
This is
I've been to-
unusual.
I've been to some short planning boards in my time.
Yeah. Do you have a card by any chance on you?
Alright. If not, I do have one thing, but
Okay,
I have my,
next time.
I have my pad for you. Just keep as much weight.
You know what it's on.
I picked in the park one, I'll give you one.
Okay.
I got some shots.
I think I saw it. You didn't know, that's what
Susan, I think you'll get a kick out of this. I was turning on to Garland last night
Yeah.
from the Northwood side.
Yeah, lights?
No, just a beautiful fox across the road. There was a gray fox a couple of years ago that I saw.
Yeah, we had a gray female raised her pups or kids, whatever they're called, about 3 years in a row. And she was so friendly that we brought her babies dog tennis balls, and they would play with them at night because we'd go out in the morning and they were, where we put them, they'd be behind the gazebo.
Were they the kind that squeak?
No, they
Oh,
were just tennis, you know.
Just regular tennis
That'd be a little annoying if you wake up in the middle of the night and you just hear a bunch of squeaking out in the air.
But then she moved on.
It's wild about that coyote they had over on Exeter and Stroud. You hear about that?
No,
I had one in my yard today.
Yeah, the one in Stroud where they
Really?
attacked.
Oh, the one that
The guy that, yeah. he-
But the one in my yard was a hell of a
Yeah, they just confirmed how there's a river around. They're not sure, there's 3 attacks, I guess, pretty relatively close together. I'm not sure if it was the same.
same one,
Yeah.
yeah. Raccoons can be a source for rabies too.
I've weirdly, when I was in high school, when I did a lot of work, I came across 2 separate, counts of rabid raccoons that I had to, call the cops on.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, I'm from a small town, so the cops prefer not to discharge them on my weapon. They just found a neighbor nearby, but.
We had this grouse a few years ago. I think it's a grouse. That's what it looked like. It was a little ball. But yeah. But it was almost like a cat. We even named it. It started following me around.
Oh, yeah, we've been in that one.
It was weird, that's why. My neighbors, I still have
Oh, really? Was there just one signature in each set?
It's the,
Yes.
whatever.
Every third page, we have,
Well, there's one on the top here.
uh-oh.
Did you sign this one?
tiny little things to make a rack. Just slide.
Yeah, because this one's.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, I thought you said every third page.
Yeah, but what I mean is there's two dead pages after that, then
Okay.
you come in the middle.
Okay. Oh, his? Yeah.
So we're saying the same thing from different directions.
I got it.
There's a lawsuit.
No. We're on air. Do you want to talk to me afterwards?
I know that we really shouldn't be talking about that naturally. It's people that.
Oh. That's pretty public. No, I hadn't heard that.
Yep.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I got the information from the Information Center of West Nottingham.
We all know where that is.
Uh-huh.
Well, it doesn't look as though our guests are going to show. Doesn't look as though our guests are going to show.
Buzz, you hit the hills yet this year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my wife injured her knee on Monday. And she's supposed to,
Bad?
well, she hopes not. She's going to go get it checked tomorrow morning, and but she's supposed to be flying to Bozeman on next Wednesday. So she's hoping she's going to be in good enough shape to do that.
Hoping to hit mountains out there.
Yeah, Big Sky.
Big Sky, yeah.
Made arrangements 4 weeks ago.
Oh, dear.
Hope it works out.
She did buy flight insurance, though, so.
That would qualify, I would imagine.
There's always après-ski activities.
It's nice to earn that, though.
Yeah, true.
It's also nice to not have
One of
to
my best
fly.
friends moved
Put it on
to
my
Salt
schedule.
Lake City about 3 years ago, and he just skied Alta up there. They had 72 inches in 6 days.
Oh, my.
New foot every single day.
Yeah, but right now it's the other way. Right now they're having a thaw.
Yeah, they're getting a warm period. Like you gotta ski when it snows because you don't know what's gonna be like the next day.
Well, I think we've given it long enough, so if anybody would like to make a motion,
I so move.
I second.
we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion? None? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? As unanimous. Thank you, everybody.
7:19.
Could be a record.
When I run them, yep.